Hello, good evening and welcome to the Competitive Edges Daily Current Affairs series. Today is 22nd August 2026 daily. We are here to help aspirants of civil services, APPSC Group 1 and 2, UPSC, SSC, RRB, Bank PO exams, Police SI and Constables, Junior and Degree College lecturers. Let's dive straight into the news. Moving on to news related to national. A massive number of voters are facing possible exclusion from the electoral rolls in the state of Karnataka. Total number of voters facing possible exclusion is 1,07,96,415. The issue pertains to electoral roll discrepancies and verification processes in Karnataka. Static GK, the Election Commission of India, is a constitutional body responsible for administering election processes in India under Article 324. Constitutional references, Article 324 to 329 of the Constitution of India related to elections. A recent study highlighted that student well-being and sleep duration decline sharply as students progress into higher grades due to academic pressure. Sleep declined steadily and sharply as students moved into higher grades. The trend correlates directly with increasing academic pressure in senior school years. The Supreme Court delivered a significant ruling altering the statutory interpretation and definition of industry. The majority held that industry under the Industrial Relations Code must be interpreted based on its own specific text. The judgment stated that the 1978 precedent will no longer act as the absolute sheet anchor for interpretation. Chief Justice noted the evolution of statutory interpretation standards. Constitutional references, Supreme Court powers under Article 141 of the Constitution of India. Kannada has undergone a massive digital evolution from ASCII phones to Unicode and modern, artificial intelligence-enabled translation. Evolution path includes electronic typesetting, ASCII-based proprietary phones, Unicode, and artificial intelligence-enabled translation. Regional languages face unique scalability and technological standardization challenges in the digital ecosystem. Major Indian information technology companies are restructuring their business models due to increasing client demands driven by artificial intelligence. Major firms involved: Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, and Cognizant. Business model shift, tying fees to performance outcomes instead of traditional hours worked. Punjab's newly introduced sacrilege law has sparked intense debates concerning the criminalization of religious offences within a secular framework. Scope of the law extends beyond physical desecration of the Guru Granth Sahib. Includes words, signs, and representations, bringing expressive conduct under penal scope. Constitutional references, Preamble of the Constitution of India, Secular Republic, and Article 25 guaranteeing freedom of religion. Renowned poet Ashutosh Parida has been selected for the prestigious Sarla Puraskar for his literary contribution. Recipient, Poet Ashutosh Parida. Award, Sarla Puraskar. Winning publication, poetry collection titled Bishwas De Prithvi. Year of publication, 2024. Publisher, Prabha Publication. The discovery of a potential tunnel sparked excitement in the 500-year-old Golconda Fort in Hyderabad. Background: the Golconda Fort is a multilayered fort dating back to the Kakatiya and Kuthab Shahi dynasties, with historical legends of secret passages. Golconda Fort is approximately 500 years old. It is located in Hyderabad, Telangana. Historical rumors suggest tunnels connected the fort to Charminar, Goshamhal, Chomhalla Palace, and Naubat Pahad. The fort was originally constructed during the Kakatiya dynasty and later expanded by the Kuthab Shahi rulers. Static GK, Golconda Fort is renowned for its acoustic architecture, where a hand clap at the entrance gate can be heard at the hilltop pavilion, known as the Bala Hisar. The government allowed the duty-free import of 10 lakh tons of raw sugar until 31st October to control domestic inflation and prices. Quantity of raw sugar allowed for duty-free import 10 lakh tons. Deadline for import 31st October. Stockholding limit imposed on bulk consumers using more than 10 tons of sugar a month. Union Minister Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan announced the construction of over 11.18 lakh permanent houses in Bihar under PMAY-G. Background: Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin is a flagship housing scheme of the central government aimed at providing pakka houses with basic amenities to rural poor. State: Bihar. Target: over 11.18 lakh permanent houses. Grih Pravesh ceremony completed for 2.35 lakh Pradhan Mantri Awas units in the 2026-27 financial year. Minister in charge, Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan. The Indian rupee gained 9 paise to reach 95.65 against the US dollar, supported by a weaker dollar. Rupee appreciation, 9 paise. Exchange rate, 95.65 against the US dollar. Limiting factors for gains, elevated crude oil prices and geopolitical uncertainty. Telangana Chief Minister Shri Revanth Reddy's USA visit was cancelled after failing to secure required political clearance from the central government. State: Telangana. Chief Minister Shri Revanth Reddy. Intended destinations: UK and USA. Approval status: only the UK trip received official permission. Elon Musk's Starlink proposed providing satellite broadband services to least served communities in rural India. Background: the company is awaiting regulatory clearances and finalization of the satellite spectrum allocation framework in India. Company: Starlink. Founder: Shri Elon Musk. Target segment: rural and least served communities in India. Core offering: satellite broadband services. Meteorological departments forecasted increased rainfall across North and East Telangana starting 22nd August due to a low pressure area. Regions affected: North and East Telangana. Date of onset: 22nd August. Primary cause: low pressure area LPA. The Madras High Court upheld the Speaker's ruling regarding 21 members of the Legislative Assembly belonging to the All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. Court noted the political party condoned the act of the members. Involves 21 members of the Legislative Assembly from AIADMK. Constitutional references: articles related to anti-defection law and powers of the Speaker under the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay stressed strict adherence to Supreme Court judgments, tribunal awards, and statutory mechanisms for river management. Emphasized implementation of Supreme Court judgments and tribunal awards. Stressed statutory mechanisms for river management in letter and spirit. The Department of Archaeology of Kerala initiated the restoration of 7 megalithic umbrella stones in Kannur district. Local name for umbrella stone is Kudakkal. Consists of 4 upright side slabs or orthostats supporting a domical capstone. Located in Kannur district, Kerala. Static GK, megalithic monuments serve as burial sites dating back to the Iron Age in South India. Following the death of 1984 anti-Sikh riots convict Sajjan Kumar, focus shifted to the various commissions and committees that probed the carnage. 1984 carnage claimed over 3,000 lives. Probed by multiple judicial commissions and committees over the years. Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar stated that southern states deserve a fairer share of national wealth based on their earnings. Highlighted the contribution of southern states to national earnings. Raised concerns regarding excessive enforcement actions driving wealthy business persons abroad. 7 individuals were chosen for the prestigious Padma Shri Award from Tamil Nadu across various fields. Actor Sovkar Janki chosen from the arts sector. Sadir dancer R. Muthukannammal chosen for contribution to traditional dance. Clarinet Vidwan AKC Natarajan and Shehnai Maestro S. Ballesh Bhajantri selected. Static GK, Padma Shri is the fourth highest civilian award in the Republic of India, instituted in 1954. A four-member expert panel was formed to investigate the mass fish kill in the Kusasthalayar River due to alleged industrial effluents discharge. Panel size 4 members. Water body affected Kusasthalayar River. State Tamil Nadu. The Supreme Court of India granted the central government 4 weeks to confer a gallantry award on a former Madhya Pradesh police officer. Judiciary involved Supreme Court of India. Time granted 4 weeks. State involved Madhya Pradesh. Discussions arose regarding the 1937 Indian National Congress resolution recommending that only the first 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram be sung at national gatherings. Background: the 1937 resolution reflected the views of leading figures of the Indian freedom movement regarding national songs. Year of resolution: 1937. Organization: Indian National Congress. Provision: singing only the first 2 stanzas. Union Health Minister reviewed the national surveillance, epidemiological situation and healthcare preparedness regarding the H1N1 virus in Delhi. Focus areas: national surveillance, ILI, and SARI, trends, testing and laboratory surveillance. Location: Delhi. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay's address on delimitation sparked political discussions regarding its alignment with Assembly resolutions. State Tamil Nadu. Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay. A Supreme Court bench made the interim bail absolute for Member of Legislative Assembly Abbas Ansari in a Uttar Pradesh Gangsters Act case. Presiding Judge, Chief Justice of India Surya Kant. Condition: directing him to inform the police before leaving Uttar Pradesh. Act involved Uttar Pradesh Gangsters Act. The Supreme Court criticized the Uttar Pradesh Gangsters and Anti-Social Activities Prevention Act, terming it a stillborn law prone to misuse. Background: the Uttar Pradesh Gangsters and Anti-Social Activities Prevention Act is a special state law enacted to target and punish organized crime syndicates. Law examined Uttar Pradesh Gangsters and Anti-Social Activities Prevention Act. Court observation: prone to misuse and termed a stillborn law. Justice Sandeep Mehta noted that invoking anti-gangster laws for single communal incidents stemming from social media posts constitutes misuse and harassment. Judge Justice Sandeep Mehta. Ruling context: anti-gangster law cannot be used as an instrument of harassment. The Jharkhand High Court stayed notifications that cancelled appointments of Child Development Project officers and recruitments through the JSSCCGL examination. Court Jharkhand High Court. Examinations affected Jharkhand Staff Selection Commission Combined Graduate Level Examination and Child Development Project Officers appointments. Petitioners Counsel Advocate Indrajit Sinha. The Andaman and Nicobar Island Administration withdrew its own proposal for data centers amid local community opposition to mega-infrastructure projects. Location: Great Nicobar Island, Andaman and Nicobar. Project cost: INR 91,000 crore mega-infrastructure project. Local community: Nicobarese communities. Kerala leader V. D. Sathisen requested Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay to ease restrictions on the transport of stone aggregates needed for ongoing national highway projects. Kerala depends on neighbouring districts of Tamil Nadu for stone aggregates due to limited natural availability. The materials are critical for large-scale infrastructure and national highway projects in Kerala. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay assured that the state would consider exempting Kerala from these restrictions. The Chief Minister's Office of Kerala announced that Tamil Nadu will review and consider exempting Kerala from curbs on transporting construction materials. The decision follows discussions between Kerala representatives and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay. The restriction primarily affected the supply of stone aggregates required for road and infrastructure development. A retest was necessitated for 3 papers of the University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test following identification of errors in question papers. The retest specifically involved 3 papers out of the total 87 examinations conducted under the University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test. Concerns were raised by candidates regarding examination discrepancies and fairness. Static GK. The University Grants Commission conducts the National Eligibility Test to determine eligibility for assistant professorship and junior research fellowship in Indian universities and colleges. Discussions on the sustainability of the E20 ethanol blending program intensified as the government reported massive foreign exchange savings alongside political criticism. The ethanol blending program helped save approximately 2 lakh rupees crore in foreign exchange, as informed by the government to the Lok Sabha in August. Opposition leaders raised concerns regarding potential vehicle damage and increased food and transport costs. E20 denotes petrol blended with 20% ethanol. The Congress party sought a review of the E20 fuel policy, demanding the availability of non-ethanol petrol options for consumers. Leader Shri Jairam Ramesh stated that consumers are bearing the burden through higher food and transport costs. The party advocated for consumer choice by introducing non-ethanol petrol options alongside the blended fuel. The centre informed the Supreme Court of India that granting grace marks to Class 12 students affected by on-screen marking glitches may not be possible. The Supreme Court directed the government to file a detailed affidavit outlining remedial measures taken following irregularities in on-screen marking valued answer sheets. Petitioners were instructed to submit a rejoinder highlighting cases where students seeking re-evaluation faced portal access issues. The case pertains to the Central Board of Secondary Education Examinations. Bus services between Impal and Guwahati resumed along National Highway 2 after a disruption of more than 3 years. The route operates along the arterial National Highway 2. The resumption facilitates the movement of all communities and aims to foster sustainable peace in Manipur. Static GK. National Highway 2 is a major arterial highway connecting several northeastern states. The Supreme Court of India reduced the mandatory 3-year legal practice requirement to 1 year for entry-level judicial examinations. Selected candidates will be appointed strictly as trainee judicial officers for an initial period of 1 year. Trainee officers will subsequently undergo an additional 1 year of structured clerkship. Constitutional References, Part 6, Chapter 6, Subordinate Courts of the Constitution of India. The Supreme Court of India intervened to grant final bail to a 105-year-old murder convict, ruling that he will not be taken back into custody despite an uncompleted life sentence. Age of the convict, 105 years. Judicial Forum, Supreme Court of India. Relief granted, final bail preventing return to custody for the remainder of the life sentence. Constitutional References, Article 21 of the Constitution of India, Right to Life and Personal Liberty, Article 136 of the Constitution of India, Special Leave to Appeal by the Supreme Court. The Election Commission of India denied an right to information application seeking details of Chief Election Commissioner Shri Gyanesh Kumar's official travel expenses, citing personal privacy exemptions. Entity involved, Election Commission of India. Chief Election Commissioner, Shri Gyanesh Kumar. Date of RTI response, 31st July. Exemption cited, Section 8(1)(j) of the Right to Information Act, 2005. Constitutional References, Article 324 of the Constitution of India, Superintendence, Direction and Control of Elections to be vested in an Election Commission. Retail sugar prices in India spiked significantly due to tight supplies, prompting the union government to permit raw sugar imports. Price surge up to 70 rupees per kg, an increase of 20 rupees per kg in 1 month. Government intervention permitted 1 million ton of raw sugar imports. Primary attributed cause, tight market supplies. The government of Tamil Nadu has planned to establish 100 new paddy procurement centers integrated with artificial intelligence and QR code technology to automate stock monitoring. Number of new centers, 100. State, Tamil Nadu. Technological integration, artificial intelligence, AI, and QR code, quick response, for automated grain stock monitoring. A comprehensive study released by the Citizen Consumer and Civic Action Group emphasized that low-floor buses drastically improve public transit accessibility for differently abled commuters. Publishing Organization, Citizen Consumer and Civic Action Group, CAG. Core finding, low-floor buses significantly enhance mobility and transit accessibility. Key principle highlighted, accessibility is a fundamental right, not a privilege. Stock indices edged higher amidst elevated crude prices and weak US markets keeping investors cautious. Market movement influenced by elevated crude prices. Weak US markets contributed to investor caution amid renewed geopolitical tensions. The Asian Development Bank approved financial assistance worth 1,750 crore rupees for the development of 500 Karnataka public schools. Background: the Comprehensive School Development Program aims to upgrade educational infrastructure in Karnataka. Total program investment is 2,500 crore rupees. Asian Development Bank contribution is 1,750 crore rupees. State government contribution is 750 crore rupees. Total number of schools targeted for development is 500. Static GK, Asian Development Bank headquarters is located in Mandaluyong, Manila, Philippines. The National Green Tribunal issued a notice to the centre against an amendment altering the no construction zone on Ganga floodplains. Background: the original no construction zone was set out in a 2016 order by the tribunal. The petition challenges the amendment altering the 2016 no construction zone order. The contested amendment pegs the active floodplain to a 1 in 5 year flood. National Green Tribunal issued the formal notice to the central government. Static GK, National Green Tribunal was established on 18 October 2010 under the National Green Tribunal Act 2010. Constitutional references, Article 21, Right to a Clean Environment, and Article 48A, Protection of Environment and Forests, of the Constitution of India. A recent study highlighted that while Unified Payments Interface adoption is booming, a significant number of women remain left behind. The study focuses on the gender disparity in digital financial inclusion. Unified Payments Interface has seen massive overall growth in transaction volume. The Democratic Youth Federation of India Kerala State Conference called for protests against the central government's anti-worker policies. Demanded filling of 9.5 lakh central government vacancies. Called for an end to contract hiring in public sectors. Pushed for a national employment policy guaranteeing secure jobs. The National Commission for Safai Karmacharis is set to launch a dedicated missed call facility to address grievances. National Commission for Safai Karmacharis is engaging with the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Aims to raise minimum wages of Safai Karmacharis to be on par with skilled or semi-skilled workers. Static GK, National Commission for Safai Karmacharis, was established as a statutory body in 1994 under the National Commission for Safai Karmacharis Act 1993. The Deputy Commissioner of Yadgir appealed to labourers to work under the Rural Employment Programme to curb urban migration. Targeted job seekers assembling for work opportunities. Explained enhanced features of the Rural Employment Programme. Urged labourers to stay in their villages instead of migrating to urban centres. Static GK, Yadgir district is located in the state of Karnataka. Karnataka Minister M.B. Patil stated that the government is keen to bring foreign university campuses to KWIN city. KWIN city is being developed across an area of 5,000 acres. Development work on the first phase is currently underway. Tendering process for the first phase has been successfully completed. Static GK, KWIN city stands for Knowledge, Well-being, Innovation and National Global Hub, located in Karnataka. Karnataka secured the 7th position nationally in human papillomavirus vaccination coverage while reporting merely one adverse event following immunization. Karnataka ranks 7th in the country for human papillomavirus vaccination coverage. Only one adverse event following immunization was reported in the state. Human papillomavirus vaccination is targeted primarily at preventing cervical cancer in women. Researchers at the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology revealed a novel pathway to disarm a dangerous fungal infection. The study was conducted by the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. It identified a new pathway to neutralize dangerous fungal pathogens. The discovery aids in developing better antifungal therapeutic interventions. Static GK, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, is headquartered in Hyderabad, Telangana and operates under the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Other backward classes organizations led by Dr. Kiran Kumar demanded the postponement of the census until standardized coding is finalized. Protests are planned in New Delhi against perceived injustices in Census 2027. Organizations demanded standardized coding before initiating the caste census. Dr. Kiran Kumar spearheaded the demand for postponement. The Government of India rejected calls by the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom for sanctions against the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. India dismissed the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom as a biased organization lacking credibility. The body had called for sanctions against the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. India maintained a firm stance against external interference in domestic socio-cultural bodies. The central government and states are working on uniform documentation and circulars to expedite goods and services tax registrations. A uniform circular will be approved by the Goods and Services Tax Council. The move addresses procedural non-uniformity between central and state formations. It specifically targets large businesses passing credit over Rs 2.5 lakh per month. Constitutional references, governed under Article 279 of the Constitution of India, which mandates the establishment of the Goods and Services Tax Council. The Supreme Court disposed of petitions concerning the film, The Kerala Story, while leaving broader legal questions open. Background: in May 2023, the top court had stayed the ban imposed by the state government on the screening of the film. Court involved, Supreme Court of India. Year of initial stay, May 2023. Action taken, petitions disposed of with legal questions left open. Constitutional references, Article 136 of the Constitution of India, Article 19, 1A of the Constitution of India. Union Home Minister Shri Amit Shah stated that the new criminal laws will eradicate the syndicate and cut money regime. Key personality, Union Home Minister Shri Amit Shah. Targeted system, syndicate and cut money regime. Focus, enforcement of comprehensive criminal law reforms across the country. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi pushed private space firms to innovate and expand their applications into agriculture and environmental sectors. Leader involved, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Target sectors, agriculture and environment. Target group, private space, startups. The Supreme Court set aside an order that allowed Shri Dayanidhi Maran to summon the Telecom Secretary as a defense witness. Key individual, Shri Dayanidhi Maran. Counsel for Maran, Senior Advocate Shri Siddharth Luthra. Contested issue, summoning the Telecom Secretary as a defense witness versus a court witness. The Ministry of Communications and the Department of Telecommunications issued a circular instructing telecom firms not to issue SIMs beyond the 9 connection limit. Enforcing bodies, Ministry of Communications and Department of Telecommunications. Maximum allowed connections per subscriber, 9. Mandate for telecom operators, identify subscribers seeking new connections after reaching the permitted limit. Static GK, Department of Telecommunications functions under the Ministry of Communications, Government of India. Cochin Shipyard Limited delivered, INS, Mangarol to the Indian Navy, with the vessel named after a coastal township in Gujarat. Builder, Cochin Shipyard Limited. Vessel delivered, INS, Mangarol. Recipient, Indian Navy. Naming origin, coastal township of Mangarol in Gujarat. Static GK, Cochin Shipyard Limited is located in Kochi, Kerala, and is India's largest shipbuilding and maintenance facility. The central government stated that recent price hikes were driven by crop damage, a production dip, and high festival demand, clarifying that ethanol production is not responsible. Primary causes cited: crop damage, production dip, festival demand. Government stance: monitoring the situation closely and denying any link between price hikes and ethanol. A 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court lauded the defunct Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act as a good and effective scheme while hearing a petition on delayed wages. Background: the petition before the court seeks to elevate the right to work as a fundamental right. Bench strength: 3-judge bench. Scheme discussed: Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Core issue in petition: delayed wages and elevating the right to work to a fundamental right. Constitutional references: Article 21 of the Constitution of India, Directive Principles of State Policy under Part 4 of the Constitution of India. The government of Telangana is exploring alternative financing options through GIFT after facing a setback with the Indian Railway Finance Corporation for the Hyderabad Metro Rail buyout. Background: the state government intends to take over the management and equity of the Hyderabad Metro Rail to restructure operations and reduce financial burdens. Hyderabad is the capital of Telangana. Financing is being routed through GIFT located in Gujarat. Indian Railway Finance Corporation withdrew or declined the initial funding proposal. Static GK, GIFT stands for Gujarat International Finance Tech City, located in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, serving as India's first operational smart city and international financial services center. Chief Minister Shri Anumula Revant Reddy formally invited the University of Oxford to establish educational programs and campuses in Telangana. Background: the initiative aims to transform Hyderabad into a global hub for higher education and skill development. Shri Anumula Revant Reddy is the Chief Minister of Telangana. The invitation targets collaboration in higher education, research, and technical training. Discussions focused on bringing world-class academic standards to the state. The Airports Economic Regulatory Authority revised tariffs at Bengaluru's Kempegowda International Airport, reducing specific charges while newly levying user development fees on arriving passengers. Background: Airports Economic Regulatory Authority regulates tariff structures for major airports across India under the Airports Economic Regulatory Authority of India Act, 2008. The revised Airports Economic Regulatory Authority tariff came into effect from 1st September. The tariff order remains applicable until August 2029. User development fees is now newly applicable for both arriving and departing passengers. Static GK, Airports Economic Regulatory Authority, is a statutory body established under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, headquartered in New Delhi. Tamil Nadu released its Vision 2031 roadmap, prioritizing electric vehicle charging infrastructure, rooftop solar adoption, and loss reduction in power distribution. Background: the state aims to transition aggressively toward renewable energy sources to meet future industrial and domestic power demands sustainably. Target is to reduce aggregate technical and commercial losses to exactly 10%. Focus areas include expanding electric vehicle charging stations across urban and rural corridors. Enhancing rooftop, solar, support is a central pillar of the policy. The government of Tamil Nadu allocated 2,486.49 crore rupees for the administration of justice across subordinate and special courts in the state. Background: the financial allocation aims to strengthen judicial infrastructure and reduce case backlogs. Total financial allocation is 2,486.49 crore rupees. Tamil Nadu houses a total of 1,378 subordinate courts. There are 328 special courts within the total tally, with 150 courts located in Chennai district and 1,228 in other districts. Tamil Nadu launched its comprehensive power roadmap targeting 50% renewable energy share by 2031. Background: the policy aligns with India's national climate commitments made at international climate summits. The roadmap targets 50% renewable energy integration into the state grid. Core pillars include consumer welfare, clean energy transition, electric mobility, and grid modernization. Energy and Law Minister Thiru S. Regupathy announced the launch of an artificial intelligence-powered legal portal and Master of Laws programs across 4 law colleges during demands for grants for 2026-27. Background: the initiative aims to modernize legal education and judicial tracking using emerging digital technologies. Announced by Energy and Law Minister Thiru S. Regupathy. Master of Laws programs will be introduced at 4 government law colleges. An artificial intelligence-powered legal portal will be deployed to streamline legal processes. The Airports Economic Regulatory Authority approved a new aeronautical tariff structure for Bengaluru International Airport effective from 1st September to 31st March 2031. Effective period: 1st September to 31st March 2031. Domestic passengers user development fee drops by 45.5%. International passengers user development fee falls by 33.5%. Regulating body: Airports Economic Regulatory Authority. The government directed various departments to educate farmers on the judicious use of groundwater for the remainder of the crop season. Sectors involved: agriculture and Panchayat Raj departments. Primary objective: judicious and sparse use of groundwater by farmers. Target period: remainder of the crop season. Bhavani Bompally from Telangana was selected for the National Teachers Award 2026 by the Union Department of School Education and Literacy. Total teachers selected nationwide: 48. Selected teacher from Telangana, SMT Bhavani Bompally. Selection process: 3-stage process at district, state, and national levels. Conferring authority: Union Department of School Education and Literacy. The Hyderabad District Election Authority initiated a special intensive revision of the electoral roll, opening channels for claims and objections. Submission channels: Local Electoral Registration Officer, Assistant Electoral Registration Officer, Booth Level Officer. Digital portals for submission: Election Commission of India Voters Services Portal and SNet mobile application. Authority: Hyderabad District Election Authority. Jindal Steel and the Indian Institute of Technology Hyderabad signed a memorandum of understanding to establish a Center of Excellence for Advanced Steel Products. Partners: Jindal Steel and Indian Institute of Technology Hyderabad. Focus areas: industry training, technical demonstrations, student programs, and wider adoption of advanced steel grades. Facility: Center of Excellence for Advanced Steel Products. Union Minister Shri Amit Shah announced plans for a tri-state security grid to fortify the strategically sensitive Chicken's Neck corridor guarded by the Sashastra Seema Bal. Security force involved: Sashastra Seema Bal. Strategic location, Siliguri Corridor or Chicken's Neck Corridor. Objective, securing unfenced stretches of international borders through a tri-state security grid. Official estimates revealed that 41 tigers died over a 10-year period in the Kaval Tiger Reserve Circle, alongside extensive land encroachments. Background: the Kaval Tiger Reserve is located in the northern region of Telangana and serves as a vital habitat and corridor for big cats. 41 tigers died in 10 years in the Kaval Tiger Circle. 1,20,883 acres of reserve forest and corridor land are under encroachment. The Forest Department has successfully retrieved only 2,100 acres out of the total encroached land. Static GK, Kaval Tiger Reserve is located in Adilabad district of Telangana. It was declared a tiger reserve in the year 2012. The Jharkhand High Court granted interim relief by halting job cancellations for approximately 2,000 employees, citing principles of natural justice. Around 2,000 employees benefited from the interim relief. The court based its decision on the principles of natural justice. Delhi registered a surge in seasonal infections, crossing 1,700 cases of swine flu, prompting healthcare authorities to establish separate isolation wards. Background: swine flu is caused by the H1N1 influenza virus and tends to peak during specific seasonal transitions. Over 1,700 swine flu cases were recorded in Delhi. Healthcare institutions were instructed to establish separate wards for infected patients and monitor infection hotspots. Indian authorities directed Google to shut down hundreds of Firebase accounts exploited by scammers for financial fraud and malware distribution. Background: scammers frequently abuse cloud hosting platforms and developer tools to impersonate banking institutions and steal sensitive financial data. Action targeted hundreds of Firebase accounts on the Google platform. Accounts were allegedly used to impersonate banks, spread malware, and steal financial data. The Telangana government invited Oxford University professors Tudor and Devzi to collaborate on state development initiatives and attend an upcoming global summit. Professors Tudor and Devzi responded positively to collaboration proposals. Oxford representatives were invited to the Telangana Rising Global Summit. The summit is scheduled to be held in Hyderabad on 7th December 8 and 9, 2026. Static GK, Hyderabad is the capital of Telangana. Union Minister Shri Amit Shah stated that the Siliguri corridor, also known as the Chicken's Neck, has been placed under a triangular security grid to enhance national security. Background: the Siliguri corridor is a narrow strip of land in West Bengal, measuring approximately 22 kilometers in width, that connects mainland India to its 8 northeastern states. The Siliguri corridor connects 8 northeastern states to mainland India. The corridor is now secured under a triangular grid system. Bagdogra Airport serves as the strategic entry point for this region in West Bengal. Static GK, Bagdogra Airport is located in the Darjeeling district of West Bengal. Petitions alleged that contesting elections on a rival party ticket and participating in its activities constitutes voluntary relinquishment of membership without requiring a formal resignation. Constitutional references, 10th Schedule of the Constitution of India. Concerns were raised regarding historical records indicating negative ecological and water resource impacts on Bihar due to the Farakka Barrage Treaty. The Farakka Barrage is located on the Ganga River in West Bengal, close to the Bangladesh border. The treaty concerns the sharing of Ganga water flows between India and Bangladesh. The Supreme Court of India modified certain mandatory law practice duration requirements for candidates entering judicial services while upholding the necessity of practical legal exposure. Background: entry into the subordinate judiciary traditionally requires specific years of active practice as an advocate, regulated by state rules and Supreme Court guidelines. Constitutional references: Article 233 and Article 234 of the Constitution of India. The Airports Economic Regulatory Authority slashed the user development fee for domestic passengers at Bengaluru Airport to 300 rupees. New user development fee for domestic passengers, 300 rupees. Regulatory body Airports Economic Regulatory Authority. Location Kempegowda International Airport, Bengaluru. Static GK. The Airports Economic Regulatory Authority is a statutory body established under the Airports Economic Regulatory Authority of India Act, 2008. Moving on to news related to state, Andhra Pradesh. The Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanams tested an artificial intelligence-powered robotic dog for wildlife monitoring and devotees' safety. Implemented by Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanams. Utilizes artificial intelligence technology for enhanced surveillance. Aims to monitor wildlife movement and ensure safety for pilgrims. Static GK. Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanams manages the Sri Venkateshwar Swami Temple in Tirumal, Andhra Pradesh. A legislature panel suggested adopting Singapore's Mandai Wildlife Reserve model for developing zoo parks in Tirupati and Vishakhapatnam. Model recommended Singapore's Mandai Wildlife Reserve. Target locations in Andhra Pradesh, Tirupati and Vishakhapatnam zoo parks. Proposed by the legislature panel to boost tourism and modern wildlife management. The 4-day Andhra Pradesh Assembly session adjourned sine die after passing multiple legislative bills unanimously. Duration of session 4 days. Total bills introduced and passed 12. Bills withdrawn 1. The Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh proposed a bullet train corridor connecting Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka alongside an interstate spiritual tourism circuit. Proposed bullet train corridor connects Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Interstate spiritual tourism circuit links Tirupati with Kashi, Ayodhya and the Kar Dham. The government of Andhra Pradesh sanctioned 7,469 crore rupees under the hybrid annuity model for urban infrastructure development. Chief Secretary Shri Sanjay Jaju stressed the need for coordinated sector-specific preparedness and proactive measures to tackle the potential impact of El Nino across various sectors in Andhra Pradesh. Chief Secretary Shri Sanjay Jaju directed officials to implement proactive strategies to mitigate weather-related challenges. The review focused on multisectoral coordination to safeguard agriculture, water resources, and rural livelihoods. Opposition and ruling party members clashed in the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly over perceived inconsistencies in Chief Minister Shri C. Joseph Vijay's stance on Lok Sabha seat delimitation. State, Tamil Nadu. Chief Minister, Shri C. Joseph Vijay. Leader of Opposition, Shri Udyanidhi Stalin. Contested subject, freezing of Lok Sabha seats at 543 and delimitation stance. Constitutional references, Article 81 of the Constitution of India, Composition of the House of the People, Article 82 of the Constitution of India, Readjustment after each census. The Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanams announced the deployment of an advanced robotic dog equipped with artificial intelligence and thermal sensors to monitor wildlife in the forested areas around the Tirupati temple. Organization Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanams. Location woods surrounding Tirupati temple, Andhra Pradesh. Equipment specifications, optical and thermal imaging cameras, 360-degree lead AR, multiple sensors, and artificial intelligence. Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia will chair the high-level BRICS meeting in Vishakhapatnam, bringing together delegates from 11 member nations to enhance multilateral cooperation. Event, BRICS Youth and Sports Ministers Meeting. Venue, Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Chairing Minister, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia. Total participating BRICS member countries, 11. Tenant farmers in Andhra Pradesh have sought unsecured crop loans of up to 2 lakh rupees. Demand unsecured crop loans up to 2 lakh rupees. Highlighted that Raitu Mitra groups and joint liability groups are not receiving loans as per the scale of finance. Addressed issues concerning agricultural credit disbursement in the state. The Archaeological Survey of India discovered a buried chamber near the historical Golconda fortification. The discovery was made by the Archaeological Survey of India. The site is located near the historical Golconda structures. The find attracted massive local public attention. Static GK, Golconda Fort is a historic fortress and citadel located in Hyderabad, Telangana, historically known for the diamond trade. The government of Andhra Pradesh prioritized land acquisition and rehabilitation and resettlement for ongoing irrigation projects. Total funds released by the state government stand at Rs 2,782 crore. Rs 566 crore has directly reached beneficiaries. Rs 989 crore is currently at various stages of disbursement. Rs 199 crore remains available with districts awaiting payment initiation. The government of Andhra Pradesh approved the lease of land in Visakhapatnam for the establishment of an Adani hyperscale data center. Background: the formal government order was issued following recommendations from the State Investment Promotion Board. Amravati is the capital of Andhra Pradesh. The project received clearance based on recommendations made by the State Investment Promotion Board meeting held on 12th August. The official government order was issued on 20th August. Project location: Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. The State Bank of India and the Andhra Pradesh Capital Region Development Authority signed an agreement to construct a residential complex for bank employees in Amravati. Total project cost is Rs 214 crore. Construction is planned to begin in June 2027. Agencies involved: State Bank of India and Andhra Pradesh Capital Region Development Authority. The 10th century Ederu copper plate inscription documented the historical name of Guntur as Gumturu. Background: the term Gumturu appeared in inscriptions dating from the 10th to the 14th century. Inscriptions identified Ederu copper plate inscription. Historical name of Guntur, Gomturu. Time period of inscriptions, 10th to 14th century. Current artifact location, Pune copper plates record. The Andhra Pradesh Mineral Development Corporation received the Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India Best State-Linked Issuer Award for Significant Bond Mobilization. Amount raised, Rs 9,000 crore. Financial instrument, secured non-convertible debentures backed by the Andhra Pradesh government. Awarding organization, Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India. Recipient, Andhra Pradesh Mineral Development Corporation. The Andhra Pradesh state government is likely to avoid a 15% hike in stipend for junior doctors mandated by a 2022 memorandum, instead considering a 3% annual hike model. Background: junior doctors across various states frequently negotiate annual stipend increments linked to inflation and cost of living adjustments. The disputed memo dates back to 2022 and originally proposed a 15% stipend hike. Andhra Pradesh is likely to adopt the Tamil Nadu model featuring an annual 3% hike. A total of 88 memorandums of understanding were signed at the reverse buyer-seller meet held in Visakhapatnam, highlighting local manufacturing capabilities. Background: reverse buyer-seller meets are organized to boost exports by bringing international procurement agents directly to domestic MSMEs. 88 memorandums of understanding were successfully signed during the event. The event took place in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Overseas buyers praised the quality and diversity of products showcased by micro, small, and medium enterprises. Power generation for Andhra Pradesh from the Nagarjun Sagar Right Canal powerhouse is set to commence once required reservoir levels are attained. Background: the Nagarjun Sagar Dam is a major multipurpose project situated on the Krishna River, serving irrigation and hydroelectric power needs. Power generation is contingent upon reaching the required water level of 535 feet. Operations will be handled via the Nagarjun Sagar Right Main Canal Powerhouse. Static GK Nagarjun Sagar Dam is built across the Krishna River, forming the border between Nalgonda district in Telangana and Palnadu district in Andhra Pradesh. The government of Andhra Pradesh called for tenders worth 221.67 crore rupees for constructing new hospitals and medical colleges. Total tender value 221.67 crore rupees. Projects include Ayush, hospitals, new medical colleges, and the expansion of community health centers. Professor C. Sheila Reddy assumed charge as the in-charge Vice-Chancellor of the Central University of Andhra Pradesh following the completion of Professor S. A. Kori's term. Appointed person, Professor C. Sheila Reddy. Predecessor, Professor S. A. Kori. Institution, Central University of Andhra Pradesh. Static GK, the Central University of Andhra Pradesh was established under the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014 and is located in Anantapur. The Andhra Pradesh Higher Education Commissioner emphasized bridging the skills gap through industry partnerships and lifelong learning initiatives. Focus areas, skill development, lifelong learning, and industry-academia collaboration. Aim to align higher education outputs with employment market requirements. Andhra Pradesh's artificial intelligence-driven goods and services tax model received national acclaim at the National Conference of Ministers meeting. Features a 4-source data integration layer. Utilizes 19 automated analytical reports. Implements a 35-parameter risk matrix for case classification before officer scrutiny. The government of Andhra Pradesh announced the commencement of the third phase of construction works for the Amravati Capital City Seed Access Road on 29th August. Project Amravati Capital City Seed Access Road. Phase, third phase. Commencement date, 29th August. Moving on to news related to international. A cargo ship owned by Polar Movement Shipping carrying military and communications equipment was hijacked off the coast of Somalia. Total crew on board 10 members. Nationality breakdown 6 Indians, 1 Turkish national, 1 Georgian and 2 Serbian security guards. Ship owner Polar Movement Shipping. Cargo included weapons for a Turkish military training facility in Mogadishu along with satellite equipment. US officials warned Iran of the toughest sanctions in history and urged global cooperation. Subject: toughest sanctions in history on Iran. Key focal point: strait security and trade restrictions. The United States pushed global allies and China to back economic measures against Iran, which Tehran dismissed as economic terrorism. Target country: Iran. Stance of Iran branded US threats as economic terrorism. A United States aircraft carrier arrived in the Middle East, relieving the long-deployed USS Lincoln. Announced by the United States Central Command. Relieved the long-deployed aircraft carrier USS Lincoln. Statements regarding economic pressure as a tool against Iran were highlighted by United States officials. Focuses on economic pressure as the most effective tool. Involves policy stances of the United States government regarding Iran. The United States administration warned Iran of an economic D-Day as Tehran braces for severe economic sanctions ahead of midterm elections. The political development coincides with upcoming midterm elections determining control of the United States Congress. Iran continues to brace for tighter economic restrictions. The chief of the International Criminal Court raised serious concerns regarding the future of international jurisprudence after facing punitive sanctions imposed by the United States. Background: the International Criminal Court prosecutes individuals for international crimes of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. Target of sanctions: International Criminal Court Chief Akani. Sanctioning nation, United States. Platform used for statement, X, formerly Twitter, via publisher Bange Shunju. Static GK, headquarters of the International Criminal Court, The Hague, Netherlands. A total of 22 Indian crew members were on board to separate vessels seized by hostile elements off the coasts of Yemen and Somalia. Total Indian nationals affected, 22. Incident 1 location, Gulf of Aden, oil tanker with 16 Indian crew members. Incident 2 location, off the coast of Somalia, vessel with 6 Indian crew members. The United States-India Strategic Partnership Forum is coordinating industry inputs on rules opening India's civil nuclear sector to private participation. The U.S. nuclear industry is submitting comprehensive feedback on India's Shanti rules. The United States-India Strategic Partnership Forum is coordinating the industry inputs. The initiative aims to open India's civil nuclear sector to private participation. 78-year-old Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir assumed office as the President of Bangladesh and administered oaths to new cabinet ministers. Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir took oath at 78 years of age. 5 new faces were inducted into the cabinet during the ceremony. The total cabinet strength reached 55 members, including the Prime Minister. An opposition group reported that a Myanmar military aerial strike killed 14 people at a Buddhist monastery. The military strike resulted in 14 deaths. The attack targeted a Buddhist monastery. The strikes frequently target pro-democracy and ethnic armed opposition groups. Recent National Institutes of Health studies indicate an increasing incidence of lung cancer among individuals who have never smoked. 1 in 4 lung cancer cases globally occurs in individuals who never smoked. Data highlights were published by National Institutes of Health studies. Experts attribute the rise to environmental and non-tobacco contributing factors. DeepSeek released an experimental version of its flagship text-only V4 Flash model with added, multimodal, capabilities. Model released experimental version of V4 Flash. New feature added multimodal capabilities. Direct competitor Anthropic S Opus 4.8. OpenAI announced that ChatGPT can now read, send, and analyze messages on Mac using an Apple Messages plugin. Developer OpenAI. Platform supported Mac Apple Messages. Functions enabled search messages, catch up on conversations, draft and send replies. India and the United Kingdom reviewed bilateral defense cooperation, focusing heavily on research and development and joint industrial production. Background: India and the United Kingdom maintain a comprehensive strategic partnership with a shared 2030 roadmap. Both nations agreed to expand armed forces exchanges through joint exercises. Discussions prioritized capacity building and defense technology research and development. Industrial cooperation aims at co-development and co-production of military hardware. The BRICS Sports Ministers convened on August 22nd and 23rd to discuss sports technology cooperation and innovation. Background: BRICS brings together major emerging economies to foster multilateral cooperation across various socio-economic sectors, including sports. Meeting dates: August 22nd and 23rd. Primary focus areas: sports technology, promotion of innovation and collaboration through a sports manufacturing conclave. Static GK, BRICS originally comprised Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, later expanding to include additional member states. China publicly stated that United States sanctions and pressure on Iran are not viable solutions amid escalating geopolitical tensions. Background: the United States pursued a maximum pressure campaign aimed at the Iranian regime, while Tehran termed the economic measures as economic terrorism. China opposed United States sanctions and pressure tactics against Iran. The ongoing diplomatic standoff reached nearly 6 months, since the onset of the current conflict phase. The United States Treasury and State Departments announced new penalties targeting Cuban state-owned enterprises and organizational leadership. 9 state-owned mining, metal, and construction companies were penalized. Sanctions also targeted the leadership of the Cuban Institute of Friendship with the Peoples, also known as ICAP. This is all for now. Let us meet again in the next session of Current Affairs. Until then, test your knowledge by attempting quizzes. If our resources are useful to you and think may benefit your friends, well-wishers and neighborhood, share the links to them. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss latest updates. Also coming soon on our channel, General Studies series, Arithmetic and Mental Ability series, and Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning. Stay tuned.